Hello, thanks for joining me. Today I'm making tomato macaroni au gratin from the Stork Wartime Cookery Book, which aside from recipes includes information on what to do if an air raid occurs during your meal preparations. Here are the ingredients: 8 ounces of macaroni, half a tin of chopped tomatoes, 4 ounces of grated cheese, any kind, 1 small onion chopped up fairly finely, 2 ounces of margarine, 3 sprigs of fresh parsley roughly chopped, and a tablespoonful of stale breadcrumbs, which is just a piece of bread I've put in the blender. The recipe says cook the macaroni in boiling water for 20 minutes, then test a piece between the teeth. If it is soft, drain off the water, which should be kept to make sauce or soup. I would not recommend cooking your macaroni for 20 minutes as it will come out incredibly soggy and it will most certainly be soft by that time, so follow the directions on the packet. So while that's cooking we can make the sauce. Thankfully this sauce does not include flour, so it won't turn out a lumpy mess as some of my other videos have. And first of all we melt the margarine in the pan. So once the margarine is melted we add the onion and cook that until it is softened, which is basically when it starts to go a bit translucent. You're not frying the onion, you're just softening it. So there it is, ready softened now, and we add in the half tin of tomatoes, give that a stir around, and then the next thing to go in there is the chopped up parsley. So that goes in, and then I put the seasonings in at this point. I think the recipe they put it in at the end, but I put them in now. So just a little bit of salt, which goes in now, and then a bit of pepper. This cooks for, well, it says half an hour. I think really mine was done after about 1/4 of an hour, and I turned it off at that point. It's just simmering it gently to cook it down a little bit. That's all you need to do. It's very easy. So the macaroni's cooked now, and I've drained that, and I'm just leaving it sitting in a colander, and the sauce is bubbling away nicely, and that's thickened up a little bit as well, and that's all ready now. So we're nearly at the end of the recipe. So now all I have to do is add the macaroni into the sauce, all of it, give it a good stir around. It's getting a bit cramped in this pan actually, but there it all is. Get the last bit in and stir that round thoroughly. This is not macaroni cheese, there is some cheese coming, but it's more, well, it's more tomatoey than macaroni cheese would be, where you normally just stick a few slices on the top. This is really a very tomatoey sauce. And then the cheese is just stirred in at the end now, so that just goes in with all the rest. No need to make a cheese sauce. So stir that completely through, and that is pretty much all the cooking done. So I've now got a greased large pie dish, and I'm just going to tip the mixture into that. Sorry about all the steam in my kitchen. It's a bit cold now today and the steam really is a bit visible, sorry about that. So it all goes in there, and we just top that off with breadcrumbs. So just shake those onto there. They won't shake. Sprinkle those onto there. That doesn't seem very much, does it? I think maybe I would have put more on there. It seems a bit mean. But anyway, there's the breadcrumbs on the top, and that goes in the oven for about 1/4 of an hour at about 180 fan Celsius, or 200 if you want, if you haven't got a fan oven. So that took a bit longer to cook than it said. It said 15 minutes in the recipe, and I think that needed probably about 25 minutes really to heat all the way through. It is quite a deep dish that, so timing was a bit out there. But let's see what it's like. It smells nice. So dishing it up, it's quite dry. Yeah, definitely I would have put more breadcrumbs on that, I think. There's only some in the middle. I think it needs more. Quite a lot of it would feed a family. And I've done it with boiled leeks, so let's see what it's like. That's a surprise because my mind's seeing Italian food and it doesn't taste Italian. Because there's no olives, there's no basil. It's not very cheesy. Surprisingly not very tomatoey either. Let's try a bit more salt and pepper. See if that improves it a bit. Alright, let's go have another go. Yeah. Well, it's quite nice. Not as cheesy I thought, but then I suppose there's a lot of cheese ration gone into that, so if I was making that without cheese rationing, I would definitely put more cheese in that. But yeah, quite satisfying, and yeah, fairly tasty. So, if you want to make this recipe, you'll find all the instructions and ingredients in the description. And if you make it, tell me what you make of it. Real, genuine wartime food. And I didn't have an air raid in the middle of it. Thank goodness for that. As always, thank you for watching.